Hey everyone, it's Eric Thor here, and as we are all settling in with the realization that the year 2025 is almost over, I ask myself, is there anyone else there but me that feels like they weren't really able to complete any of the goals they set for 2025? Right, so I realized as I was going through my journals that while I've done a lot, this year, while it feels like it's been a really, really busy and intense year, none of the goals I set for myself this year actually happened, right? So there were many things that I was focused on that I thought were important when I started the year, and I ended up taking a completely different direction. And now I'm asking myself, am I okay with that? Or do I feel like I lacked in discipline or execution, or what was the reason why I was not able to achieve these goals? So let's take a quick rewind. It was January and I was thinking very, very intensely about what I wanted this year to be like. I made a vision board. I set down goals. I thought long and hard about what was important to me this year. And I decided that I wanted to have a gym routine. I wanted to go to the gym at least 3 days a week. I wanted to be more healthy. I wanted to go on more walks. I wanted to be more outdoorsy. I wanted to go on more hikes. And I also set very intense journaling goals, like I built systems in Notion, and later I moved to Obsidian with the goal of like finding the ultimate system to keep down my thoughts and track my goals and what I was doing. And I think I did good work on that until summer, but after summer I just stopped. I completely stopped journaling and posting it down. And okay, I did journal, but sometimes I journal on notes, sometimes I journal on my phone, sometimes I go into like voice transcriptions with Otter, or sometimes I will write them down in a chat, or sometimes it will be like a message or a voice message I send to a friend. So I have lots of thoughts and reflections, but they're all spread out and I don't know where to put them anymore. And I find it very hard to stick with one system that works for all these things, because sometimes I prefer to journal through like a voice message when I'm out in the forest, and then it ends up as a voice message on my phone, and sometimes I'll journal as a text, right? And all those things like just added up to the feeling like, okay, now as I'm like going through it all and I'm trying to assess what I've done this year and what I've been thinking about, I almost feel embarrassed because I had so many ideas and so many thoughts that didn't happen. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad they didn't, right? So I saw myself write down a lot of things in January that was like, that was just a bad idea, Eric, you know? In January, I said to myself, oh, well, I'm going to want to be more proactive, and I want to be more disciplined, so I want to start waking up more early. And then I kept waking up at the same time anyway, like 6:50 usually. And I thought to myself, I should have time blocks every week that I dedicate to writing, but then I still ended up doing my writing kind of when I felt like it. And sometimes I felt like going to the gym at that time instead, and sometimes I felt like, something else, right? So overall, it was this like whole realization that, that was not a good idea. I was trying to create a system or a routine for myself, but it was never truly right. And I realized that it might have been because of something we might call, others' desires. So sometimes my head gets stuck on the desires of other people. For example, I have a friend that's really good at economics, and I find it really interesting to listen to him talking about economics. But at the same time, I thought to myself, oh, I should learn more about this myself, and I should start investing. And I started doing all those things, and now I'm not investing anymore, and I'm not studying economics, right? So I didn't actually follow through on it. And the reason was because my heart just was not in it, right? I keep thinking that this lamp is flickering, and I'm like, why is this lamp flickering? It's not actually flickering, but it feels like it's flickering, right? My camera thinks it's flickering. And ultimately it comes down to my heart was not in it, right? My mind was in it. My mind thought this was a great idea and this is beautiful and wow, Eric, this is going to be so good for you. But yeah, my heart was not there. And that just goes to show when you're journaling and you're setting intentions and you're reflecting this year, ask yourself, is my heart really in it? That's the goal, I would say. The lesson I've drawn from this year, like when I set goals and intentions, I gotta start thinking for myself, really, Eric, is this really what you want, or is it just something that sounds good because you listened to a productivity vlog and somebody else was doing it and that was working really well for them? Or is this something that you personally found genuinely right? Now, as much as I do feel like, yes, there were many goals I didn't really accomplish this year, I ask myself, do I feel like I had a good year? Hell yes. I like to say this was the best year of my life, the happiest year of my life. I got engaged to my fiance. We went on many beautiful road trips. Had a lot of success at work, and I grew a lot professionally. And I was able to become a lot more integrated as a person. I used to feel like I was spread thin. I had so many different personas of myself. I had YouTuber Eric, I had politician Eric, I had writer Eric, I had, programmer Eric, and all those different versions of myself running around in different situations. And now I feel like I am much more integrated. That was my most important goal for this year, actually, to become a more integrated person, in the sense that I wanted to be the same in every situation. I wanted to be myself no matter where I showed up, at work or in my relationships or with my friends. I wanted to be more put together like an individual. You know what the word individual means? It means indivisible, right? So for me, I ask myself, if I was able to take all the different parts of myself and I bring them together to one whole, what was the essence of that? What was the core intention behind that? And I thought to myself, and I realized around autumn, I was starting to finally have breakthroughs in this area. I realized that philosophy was the red line that was running through all of these things. It was ultimately a desire to, it was a love of wisdom, a love of understanding, and ultimately I realized I was more of a philosopher than I was a psychologist or anything else, right? And while I have all those aspects like programming, code, linguistics, language, all those things, right? Ultimately, it was philosophy that was holding it all together, in a sense. So it became a red line, and yeah, that helped me a lot. And it changed how I look at my work, because now I'm trying to unify and bring all the things together. So ultimately, in the end, I will feel that all my needs are met and that I am happy no matter where I am, be it on a long walk, be it at the office. I want to feel like myself, as much as myself as possible. And I think that's the most important thing. And maybe that was why I felt so happy this year, because there wasn't really a situation where I felt like I had to compromise who I was to fit in or to survive or to get by. And I could just allow myself to be that. And that made it a very good year for me. How did it go with your goals? Did you feel like you made any progress? In what areas did you make progress? In what areas did you get stuck? And was your heart really in it? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video.